If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your...
The London Ring Awards were meant to be a dazzling celebration of boxing's greatest talents, a night where the brightest stars of the sport gathered to honor their achievements. The event, full of glamour, star-studded appearances, and red carpet moments, was expected to bring together the most iconic names in boxing. Yet, amidst the splendor, there was one glaring absence that overshadowed much of the evening: Gervonta "Tank" Davis. As the cameras flashed and the crowd buzzed, one question quickly became the center of attention.
I like what he's about. He's all about making the big fights happen, and I'm all for that, you know. But I've got a team, you know, I've got a professional team with me, and everything is organized.
Where was Tank Davis? His absence didn't go unnoticed. In fact, it became the talk of the evening. Davis, the reigning lightweight champion, renowned for his devastating knockout power and unapologetically bold personality, was nowhere to be seen. This absence sparked a whirlwind of speculation and debate among fans, media, and attendees alike. It didn't take long for Tank himself to address the situation. True to his outspoken nature, Davis took to social media to share his frustrations, and he did so in a way that left no room for ambiguity.
Is it even possible at a catch weight?
There ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right.
In a series of fiery posts, the lightweight champion vented his anger at being excluded from the event. Although the posts were swiftly deleted, their impact was immediate. Fans and reporters had already captured screenshots, ensuring that his words would live on. One of his most pointed comments read, "Why didn't they invite everybody? But they invited people they deal with. Out of here, stop debating." These words, sharp and direct, left no doubt about Davis's discontent. He felt slighted, and he wasn't about to let it slide quietly.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
Tell him I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never.
Davis's tirade didn't stop at the organizers of the London Ring Awards. He also took aim at Eddie Hearn, one of boxing's most prominent promoters. In a scathing post, Davis referred to Hearn as a little rat, accusing him of pretending to hold more influence in the boxing world than he actually does. This attack on Hearn added another layer of controversy to an already heated situation. Davis's words reflected his frustration, not just with his exclusion from the event.
Who's got more money, Bud Crawford or Tank Davis? You guys are fighting over this on Twitter, calling each other names and liars, and you're capping, and you're...
But also with the broader dynamics of power and influence in boxing. For many fans, this wasn't just a personal grudge. It was a glimpse into the often political nature of the sport. Perhaps the most controversial aspect of Davis' rant was his criticism of Saudi Arabia's growing presence in boxing. Without explicitly naming anyone, Tank's words strongly implied dissatisfaction with how the sport is being influenced by Saudi money.
Respect Tank? Hey Tank, you got a new fan, dog. You got a new fan. You a real one, dog. As of late, you've been showing me you a real one. I like that. Yes, you've been showing me that you are a real one. Now, if you go over there and take back everything you said.
They want to act like this guy is good for boxing when he's not good at it, Davis wrote in one post. If so, why is he not building up the people where he's from? This guy knows nothing about boxing, and this is who they're turning to. While Tank didn't provide specific names, fans quickly pieced together that he was likely referring to Saudi Arabia's increasing involvement in hosting high-profile boxing events. In recent years, Saudi Arabia has invested heavily in the sport, hosting major fights.
You scored Tank, you faced Crawford. Tank said he'd stop Crawford in 6 rounds. Yeah. What happens if they were to fight?
I don't think Tank will stop Crawford. I think that that's a big bully up there at 140.
And offering fighters lucrative purses to compete in the region. While this has provided significant financial opportunities for athletes, it has also sparked debates about the long-term impact on the sport's integrity and accessibility. Tank's rant didn't just target promoters and organizers. He also took a shot at fellow fighters who have taken big paydays to fight overseas. "Unlike me," Davis said, "a lot of these fighters will leave home to fight for Saudi money, but in the end, what do they get? Barely anyone shows up to watch their fights."
Canelo's the king. Whatever he say, you know what I'm saying? But it's a good fight. I like to see that fight, the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying? And then watching Canelo been making some good moves, you know, as far as fights and whatnot, you know. So, again, he's the king, you know what I'm saying?
So it didn't look like...
This statement was a brutal critique of what Davis sees as a trend of fighters prioritizing financial gain over building their careers in traditional boxing markets. His words seemed to mock the lack of fan engagement at some of these high-profile events, highlighting the contrast between lucrative contracts and the actual atmosphere during fights. As expected, Davis's comments set social media ablaze. Fans were divided. Some applauded his willingness to speak out against what they saw as unfair practices in the sport, while others criticized him for being overly brash and confrontational. The media also weighed in, with analysts debating whether Davis's exclusion from the London Ring Awards was a genuine oversight or a calculated decision. Some suggested that his outspoken nature and history of controversies might have made him a polarizing figure for the event's organizers. Tank Davis's absence from the London Ring Awards and his subsequent outburst have raised important questions about the direction of boxing as a sport. His critique of Saudi Arabia's influence highlights a growing concern among fans and fighters alike. Is the sport prioritizing financial gain over its core values? The rise of mega deals and high-profile events in non-traditional boxing markets has undeniably brought new opportunities and visibility to the sport. However, it has also sparked debates about accessibility, fan engagement, and the authenticity of the boxing experience. For fighters like Davis, who have built their careers on thrilling performances and strong fan connections, these changes represent a potential shift away from what makes boxing special. As the dust settles on this controversy, all eyes are on Tank Davis. Will he continue to speak out against what he sees as injustices in the sport, or will he focus his energy on defending his title and solidifying his legacy in the ring? One thing is certain: Tank Davis is not one to shy away from confrontation. Whether it's in the ring or on social media, he's determined to make his voice heard. And while his absence from the London Ring Awards may have been a disappointment for fans hoping to see him celebrated, it's clear that Davis has no intention of fading quietly into the background. The London Ring Awards may have been a night of celebration for many, but for Tank Davis, it was a moment of reflection and resistance. His absence and subsequent outburst had not only highlighted tensions within the sport, but also sparked a broader conversation about its future direction. As boxing continues to evolve, with new markets and opportunities emerging, it's crucial to remember the fighters who make the sport what it is. Their voices, frustrations, and triumphs are all part of the story that keeps fans coming back for more. And in the case of Tank Davis, his story is far from over.